Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Billy Ray Valentine covering the WWE for OneWrestling.com. Now, Monday Night Raw was very good, and we had a couple of big surprises. In particular, during John Cena's U.S. Open Challenge, when Sami Zayn was introduced to the ring in front of his Montreal home crowd, Montreal, Quebec, by Bret the Hitman Hart. It was awesome. So, Sami Zayn has made his Raw debut in about a 10-minute match, maybe a little more, with John Cena. It wasn't the greatest match, but it definitely wasn't a bad match by any stretch. Sami Zayn actually hurt his shoulder in the match, during the match, or some reports say before the match. I'm not sure which is right. But either way, he came up. The crowd went nuts. It was a thunderous ovation from his hometown crowd, and they knew everything about the guy. Whether they watched NXT or Ring of Honor, they were singing the Olay song. The WWE really needs to do something about this guy's song because it's really bad. They should just incorporate that Olay song. Everybody loves it. It's a worldwide thing. They should just capitalize on that, in my opinion. But he was over as hell. I don't think he will be around for long. I think he's going to go back down to NXT. I think this was a one-off thing. But he'll be back, and it shows a lot of promise. He looked like a huge star. And getting introduced by Bret Hart definitely doesn't cheapen it. Also, got to give big props to John Cena, cutting an excellent promo. Montreal does not like John Cena. But he was able to turn that crowd around during the promo. You know, he was funny, and they kind of dug him, and they kind of got with him afterwards, and that was very cool to see. Also, Heath Slater came out during his little comedy bit, and he got hit over the head with a microphone by Bret Hart. Again, missing his chance at the U.S. title. Eventually, he'll get it, and he should win the strap. Nah, he shouldn't win the strap. But still, you know, very, very cool segment. Sami Zayn is going to be a big star. Hopefully they'll stay on track with this guy. Hey, so Randy Orton opened the show. You know, I didn't go from the beginning. I went for the most important thing first. I think Sami Zayn made a big impact, and that should be first on the report. But Randy Orton opened the show, and he was cutting a promo on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns came down as well. But the highlight of this was the New Day. The New Day came out, and they were absolutely excellent as heels. Very, very, very good. I dug it so much. They were really, really funny with the Montreal boo-hoo job. Hey, man, this is the new age Fabulous Freebirds. You know, the new incarnation of the Freebirds. There's three of them. Each of them use those titles. All three of them get to have the strap at some point. And, hey, they came out with the win here against Randy Orton and Roman Reigns, and it was excellent. I love the way they're working the crowd. The crowd hates them. They work with it, you know what I mean? And I think the crowd actually digs them. I know I do. I dig the New Day. Do you dig the New Day? You should if you don't. They're very, very cool. You know these guys are super athletic. Xavier Woods is excellent on the mic. I really dig what he does. And this tag team is finding their groove, man. They're moving ahead with this. If I was the WWE, I would make this my franchise tag team. It would be them versus Cesaro and Kid. That would be it. I mean, they would be the two top tag teams. I mean, I know they are the two top tag teams right now, but build the division around these two tag teams. You know, they're both excellent. Cesaro and Kid were actually on this card as well. They went up against the Ascension. I thought we'd seen the last of the Ascension, and they came out. It was a kind of cool match. It was fun. It didn't last very long, and Cesaro and Kid got the win. They were over in Canada as well. I also want to talk about the match of the night, in my opinion. It was Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. If Dean Ambrose won, he would insert himself into a fatal four-way at the pay-per-view for the WWE title. It'd be Reigns, Rollins, Orton, Ambrose. It's the Shield against Orton, the way I look at it, man. You know, very, very nice. I'm very happy that Dean Ambrose has been inserted into the title picture. He will be in effect main eventing the next pay-per-view. This was an excellent match, man. It was the match of the night. These guys went in on each other. Dean Ambrose gets the win if you haven't figured it out by now, and he will be one of the participants. Of course, he doesn't really stand a chance at winning this title. I think he's actually been inserted into the match so he can take the fall. it's probably what's going to happen. But still, it gives him some importance. It gives him some relevance. He's been in a rut lately, and I'm glad that he actually won a match at the last pay-per-view. It was the first time in a long time, and now he's in the world title picture, and this was an excellent match. This was a really good Monday Night Raw. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go on Hulu Plus and go check it out because it's great. Let's talk about Lana real quick. The Ravishing Russian. It seems as if they're going to take her away from Rusev. And this is good and bad. It's good for Lana. It's not very good for Rusev. I think they're going to try to do a lot of things with Lana. She has a lot of commercial appeal. I think eventually Lana will lose her accent and, you know, become this all-American girl, and they're going to build her up. Maybe they're talking about to be the head of the Divas division. I don't know if the girl can wrestle. But they clearly see something in her that they like. But bad for Rusev, man. I don't want them to split these two up because they're so good together, and she's a good mouthpiece for Rusev. She's now playing off of the audience as if she likes what the audience is giving to her. The audience is giving her so much attention that she can't deny him anymore. This time it was against Fandango. It was Rusev versus Fandango, and Fandango got her to do the Fandango dance, and Rusev didn't like that, sent her to the back, and then he makes Fandango a humble. And, you know, he took care of Fandango very quickly, but that was a side story. The main story here was the dissension between Rusev and Lana. And look for Lana to separate herself very soon from Rusev. What happens to Rusev after that? I got to tell you, man, I'm concerned. I am concerned. I do not see him beating Cena again at all. So I don't know where he's going to go from here. He's going to lose to Cena, and he's going to lose his girl. What's left? I don't know. Ryback was in the ring cutting a promo on Bray Wyatt. The Canadians did not dig this. They were calling it boring, but Ryback managed to turn that around on him too, which was very cool. I thought Cena did a good job with this earlier in the review, and Ryback's done a good job with it as well. Like, he just completely turned the crowd. The crowd started chanting, "Feed me more." They were chanting boring before that, so kudos to Ryback. Ryback versus Bray Wyatt. I mean, I don't know. Doesn't look good for Ryback. I think Wyatt should go over in this feud. He needs it. I think Ryback needs it too. Let's see what happens here. But that was the gist of that. Let me see what else we got going on here as side notes. Stardust was in the ring versus R-Truth, and he brought out a bag of plastic spiders, and Stardust managed to scare his way to a victory against R-Truth. I thought this was corny, but it is what it is. And Tamina Snuka returned. I think it's Tamina Snuka. It's Tamina. And she is now aligned with Naomi. And they attack the Bellas. And Naomi stresses the fact that it's family too. So, I mean, she is now related to Tamina because Tamina is related to her husband. And they're taking on the Bellas. Let's see where that goes. And in what was yet another excellent match on this card, okay, we got Neville and Ziggler. My God, I'm forgetting Dolph Ziggler's name. Neville and Dolph Ziggler versus King Barrett, whom I dig. Congratulations to King Barrett on his recent King of the Ring victory. He is now royalty, just in case you didn't know, you peasants. Him and Shamus. I like that tag team. I like Barrett versus Barrett and Shamus as a tag team. I dig them a lot. Anyway, this match was amazing. Of course, Neville was amazing. You know Ziggler brings it every time he's in the ring. They did not win. Neville got hit with the, you know what that is. I'm not even going to tell you. He got hit with it, knocked him out, and it was a wrap after that. Let's see what they do with Barrett here. I want to see what they do with this King of the Ring. Is it actually going to be legitimate? The past few King of the Rings, before they stopped doing it, weren't very legitimate. You know, they didn't really do anything with the people that won. But now they have an opportunity with Barrett. They clearly didn't do anything with him as the Intercontinental Champion. The guy has talent. He has charisma. He has presence. So there's no reason why they shouldn't do something with the guy. He's the king. He's British. It works. Let's do something with him. And now we want to get into the main event of the night. It was Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that these guys were in the beginning of the show. What are they doing again closing the show? Hey, this is the way it's going down in the WWE nowadays. People are saying that, you know, the roster's very thin, and this is why they have to do things like this. I don't buy that. I don't think the roster's thin at all. I think they can use a lot of the talent that they have, and they could bring up some of these cats from NXT to help fill in these positions, and then you don't have to have talent come out twice, 3 times, 4 times in one night. And, you know, the crowd gets tired of them. That's just the way it is. But, hey, what are you going to do? So we have Roman Reigns versus Orton. The Authority gets involved. Seth Rollins comes down. They all get involved. It was a big soup of professional wrestlers at this point. And out comes Dean Ambrose to a massive pop to make the save. And at the end of this match, Dean Ambrose just goes off on everyone. And he is the one standing tall while Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins are laying on the floor. So you know already that he's not winning the WWE title because, you know, he's over on Raw. You know, he's the guy standing, so he's not going to be the guy standing at the pay-per-view. But still, it gave him some added importance. He was the man, and I think his insertion into this match is going to allow for other people that weren't interested to now be interested because they were Dean Ambrose fans, and Dean Ambrose wasn't there initially. So, altogether, Monday Night Raw was great. I really, really enjoyed this 3-hour edition in Montreal. Big ups to the Montreal fans. You guys were excellent. Kept me up and watching the show. You guys were great. You know, more fans should learn from that crowd on how to be during a pro wrestling show. All right? Hey, big ups to Bill Apter. Much respect. Andre Corbeil, Bill Schuyler, and Big Ray. Come to OneWrestling.com for all your professional wrestling news. My name is Billy Ray Valentine. Thanks for checking us out. Take it easy now.